Jiddu Krishnamurti was born on May 11, 1895, in Madanappalai, South India, then part of the Madras Presidency. He grew up in poverty and was a frail, sickly, and dreamy child. His mother died when he was 10 years old. In 1909, the family moved to Adyar, where the international headquarters of the Theosophical Society were located. There, Charles Webster Leadbetter, an influential member of the society, noticed the 14-year-old Krishnamurti on a beach. Leadbetter became convinced that the boy could serve as the vehicle for the world teacher foretold by the Theosophists. Annie Besant, president of the Theosophical Society, became the guardian of Krishnamurti and his beloved brother Nitya. For years, Krishnamurti was educated and prepared for his future role. An international organization called the Order of the Star in the East was formed around him, and he was appointed as its head. In 1925, Nitya died of tuberculosis. Theosophical leaders had assured Krishnamurti that his brother would recover. Nitya's death devastated him and shook his faith in theosophical authorities. His brother's death became one of the decisive turning points of his life. By 1929, thousands of people were waiting for Krishnamurti to assume the role of world teacher. At the Oman camp in the Netherlands, however, he dissolved the organization that had been built around him, renounced his position, and returned the money and property that had been donated to the order. In his speech, he declared, "I maintain that truth is a pathless land, and you cannot approach it by any path whatsoever, by any religion, by any sect." Krishnamurti refused to become a guru. He rejected the idea of having followers, along with spiritual authorities and organized belief. He maintained that limitless truth could not be organized, and that no religion, system of thought, or spiritual leader could lead anyone to it. This was both a revolutionary and a liberating act. Krishnamurti left each person to face reality directly, without intermediaries, authorities, or established systems. Each person had to discover truth for themselves by observing their own thoughts, feelings, and relationships. According to Krishnamurti, each person had to be both their own teacher and their own student. No one should be followed blindly, not even Krishnamurti himself. It is now time to explore his thoughts, timeless insights that challenge the mind to face truth directly. Can you live with that society which is based on acquisitiveness, which is the outcome of envy, fear, greed, possessive pursuits with flashes of love occasionally? When I understand myself, I understand you, and out of that understanding comes love. A man who is not afraid is not aggressive. A man who has no sense of fear of any kind is really a free, a peaceful man. The environment which we call society is created by past generations. We accept it as it helps us to maintain our greed, possessiveness, illusion. Awareness is observation without condemnation. Awareness brings understanding because there is no condemnation or identification, but silent observation. It is good to be alone. To be far away from the world and yet walk its streets is to be alone. Meditation is not an escape. It is the understanding of life every minute. A man who is nothing knows love, for love is nothing. It is only when the mind is free from the old that it meets everything anew, and in that there is joy. You want to be loved because you do not love, but the moment you love, it is finished. You are no longer inquiring whether or not somebody loves you. mind that is not empty can never find truth. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. One is never afraid of the unknown. One is afraid of the known coming to an end. It is only when you are free of choice that there is true liberation. The mind can give meaning to anything, but the meaning it gives is meaningless. When one loses the deep, intimate relationship with nature, then temples, mosques, and churches become important. If there is only observation, then there is no observer. To be aware that I am not aware is awareness. Can you look at suffering without escape, without seeking comfort, without rationalizing and investigating the cause, but merely remain with that suffering, without any movement of thought? The desire to be secure in things and in relationship only brings about conflict and sorrow, dependence and fear. Unless we change, the world cannot possibly change. The world is you, and you are the world. The crisis is not out there. It is in our minds and in our hearts, in our consciousness. It is only a free mind that will know what love is. Thought is so cunning, so clever, that it distorts everything for its own convenience. Relationship between human beings is based on the image-forming defensive mechanism. In all our relationships, each one of us builds an image about the other, and these two images have a relationship, not the human beings themselves. I describe the mountain, but the description is not the mountain. I have to walk to the mountain, not the description. Desire can never be free. It can change the objects of desire, but desire is constant. The objects vary. Apparently, a vast majority of people in the world like to live in illusions, whether scientific illusions, religious illusions, economic illusions, or national illusions. They seem to like it. Truth is something which you must see immediately, and to see something clearly, you must give your heart, your mind, and your whole being to it immediately. Krishnamurti's message was simple yet profoundly challenging. See for yourself. Do not follow. Do not believe blindly. Do not cling to ready-made answers. Observe what is happening within your mind. Observe how fear arises. Observe how desire arises. Observe how thought creates images of other people and the world. Do not condemn what you see or try to escape from it. Observe it exactly as it is. When a human being sees this movement directly, without an intermediary and without the division between the observer and the observed, real transformation becomes possible. Krishnamurti said, "I do not want followers, and I mean this. The moment you follow someone, you cease to follow truth." He did not want to become another authority, the center of a new religion, or a cage for those who listened to him. He wanted people to be free, free from fear, from the chains of belief, and from the need to follow another person. Truth cannot be given. It must be seen for oneself.